let's start. This is our third edition of this quiz, and these are the rules. So we have plus 10 on a direct question. We will be going in alphabetical order, and there is a plus 10 on each correct bounce. So if a person does not answer it, the question bounces to the next person in line in terms of alphabetical order of their first names. In case of an incorrect response, there are no negatives, so please feel free to take a guess. And yeah, let's hope there are no dropouts and technical issues in this particular quiz. Like, this is all on Bhagwan Bharosa at this point.
So even if a person answers and it bounces and it still answers, you get the same points, right?
Yeah. You get the same points. So that is, there are no negatives. So the whole idea is to encourage people to take a guess, because like the questions are deducible.
So after one guess, we can't guess. Just one guess, right?
One guess is enough, because we'll be only circling it once. We won't be going back to the people. Yeah, one guess is enough. And there are questions which have part points, so I will make it clear at that particular point. And sometimes when a person answers quite, which is very close to the actual answer, I do tend to give away full points to it. So that's not a problem. So that comes down to the discretion of the quizmaster. So yeah, just follow the basics, and like obviously this is a given that you cannot use search engines or cheat or just anything of that sort shouldn't be required. This is a fun quiz, so let's just have fun. Let's begin then. So this is our first question. So
Sharma, just one second. I've dropped in the live link in the chat. If anybody...
Yeah, got it.
So if anybody is interested... Yeah. If anybody is interested, Naman is posting the live YouTube link for this stream, so you can share it with your friends if any family is interested in watching us live. This is a direct to Abhishek. So this is supposed to be an hour-long routine designed by this US Army veteran, and like he uses the trademark Body Justice for the establishment that he owns. So I'm just you're supposed to identify this famous workout program. So this is a very famous workout program designed by this Army veteran, and he uses this trademark called Body Justice for his establishment. And so a lot of people have followed it. It has become a part of a published book. Yeah, we have started. This is a direct to you.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is supposed to be an hour-long workout routine, and like I have also listed down the exercises that are involved in the routine. This is not an exhaustive list, but it fairly encompasses everything that is involved in the workout routine. And yeah, so feel free to take a guess whenever you're ready.
Hi Shubham, just a question. There are no bounces?
There are no bounces, man. Because we do not have a private chat, it is not possible for us to consider that. So, this is a direct to Abhishek. Yeah. Abhi, are you ready? You're gonna pass. Ananya, this bounces to you, so you can take a guess. So this is here are the enlisted exercises in the workout, and the person who designed it is this US Army veteran, and the trademark for his brand is Body Justice. So something which is very unique in itself.
Is it the HIIT?
No, this is not high intensity training. It bounces to Charles now.
Okay. since you have mentioned US Army veteran and body justice, I'll go with Captain America workout.
No, that is a good track to go on, but no. Krishan?
No, I don't know about this workout.
Okay,
I
Shetty.
follow Goggins, I don't follow Johnson.
Okay.
Guys, one small request: if you can turn on your cameras, that would be great.
I'm pretty sure Talati knows the answer because he wanted to pounce. And HIIT, the first thing that came in my mind was Tabata, which is HIIT. But I don't think so. That's the answer.
This is not Tabata.
Yeah, I'll pass.
This is not Tabata. Yeah. Priyesh.
No idea, bro.
Utsav?
Is this CrossFit?
No. This is not CrossFit. I mean, there are hints in the question, but yeah. Varun?
No, even I thought it was HIIT, but no.
No. Okay, so we have run through the entire section, and now we can go to the answer. Yeah. It's called the Ruth Bader Ginsburg workout, hence the term body justice, because she was the notorious RBG. And yeah, so there is this army veteran who has set up this a workout which is based out of her own training, and he published a best-selling book out of it. So it's called the RBG workout. So so she passed away last year. Was a personal hero of mine. So if anybody who's interested in reading about RBG and the work that she did for affirmative action is I would suggest that you do that. The next direct would be to Ananya. Okay, so this is again a fascinating question. So according to Meera Nair interview, during her time at Harvard, she only knew two other Indian students. One of them was Suni Tarapurwala, who is a screenwriter, and the other one was the person we are looking for. So Suni Tarapurwala is this, she worked with Meera Nair on movies like Mississippi Masala and Salam Bombay, and she lives in Bombay herself, married to a dentist who flies Cessna planes. Don't ask me why I know all these things, but I just know. So the person we are looking for is Studio, and it is a boutique film studio which promotes a bunch of films. It is committed to bring about movies that resonate to a global audience. And here are some of the films that are listed here, which have been nominated for Academy Awards, and it's something that the same company has produced them. So according to Meera Nair, this person's student film Yatra is buried deep somewhere in the archives of Harvard, and much to his relief. So we are supposed to identify this person here. So this is a direct to Ananya.
No clue at all. I'd like to pass.
Okay. I would suggest when people are not answering, maybe just be on mute, because I get this really bad echo, which just messes up with my chain of thought. So that would be really helpful.
Naman is the culprit. He's not even on the quiz.
So.
Okay, I'll go on.
Naman, please.
My bad.
Just because I was just messed up with the sound and echo. Yeah, chalega.
No, you guys can keep the
this
camera
is
on.
Charles direct now. Yeah, Charles, this is your direct.
I'll go with Ben Kingsley. I don't know.
No, not Ben Kingsley. The answer is not directly related to films, if I would suggest, because he owns a film company, but Krishan.
think the person who directed Bandit Queen. Sorry, I don't remember his name now.
That's not the answer. It's not Shekhar Gupta. So Shekhar Gupta directed Bandit Queen. So bounces to Manish.
Shekhar Kapoor. Sorry,
Shekhar Kapoor. Shekhar Gupta is the print
guy
and Indian Express guy. Yeah, sorry. Manish, this is your direct.
Nominated for 3 Academy Awards.
Yeah, but just do recall. If it says that he was the producer, he wasn't. He is not the director of the film. So that is enough clue. So yeah,
Pass.
Take a guess.
Pass, man.
Okay, Priyesh.
Can't even take an educated guess.
Oh.
No idea.
You are. I would suggest. Wait. I would just think of somebody who is not directly related to films, and there are a couple of hints available. I will go some hints. So if Priyesh is, can you take a guess? Otherwise, I'll just.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
bro.
What's up?
So I'm not sure. I think it's either Anil Thadani or Anil Thadani worked with this guy Khattar. I don't know which one it is. I think it is something to do with either of these two because they have a lot of these film production distribution businesses. But I'm not sure which one, honestly.
That is a very decent guess, but it's not something that I'm looking for currently. Varun.
Yeah, I pass as well.
Okay, so I'll go again another round. This time it would be for 8 points or maybe 5 points. So this person is not necessarily into films now, but is a well-known business tycoon. So that is enough hint. I would go back to Abhishek and 10 seconds you can take a guess and I'll come back to others. Abhishek.
Yeah. I'm going to pass.
Okay. Ananya?
I'm gonna pass.
Okay. Charles, you can take a guess because I've narrowed it down to somebody who is now a business tycoon or a businessman. Charles.
Businessman?
Yeah. It's him. So yeah.
Anil Ambani, I'll just go with that.
Again, a businessman involved in film distribution. So you are on the right track, but not the correct answer. Krishan.
Raj Kundra.
No, I said a proper businessman, not a con man. Manish.
Ronnie Screwvala.
Again, good guess.
Oh.
No, not Ronnie Screwvala. Yeah. Priyesh.
Eliminated all the possible answers I could give.
Indian businessmen who are really popular, he is among the top 4. I cannot narrow it down further. Priyesh.
Nothing comes to mind, sorry.
What's up?
Okay, I will give it a shot. My guess was going to be Ronnie Screwvala because there is Tara Porwala in this. But I'm going to go with one of those Jain brothers, Vineet Jain or something.
No, not the Times of India group. Varun?
Okay.
I don't know when people do not answer in my quizzes. No idea, kya? Okay.
Oh yeah, of course. He has his hand in every single business in the world.
Yes. So Anand Mahindra started his education in filmmaking, went around India making documentary films, then had to come back to India due to some reason and start assisting his family in the family business. So Anand Mahindra was the answer here.
Look, man, I should have known this. I work in Tech Mahindra, yaar.
Wow. I have no comment on that. Okay, so this is a direct to Charles now. Hopefully, okay. This is pretty clear now. So this is a poet whose life events can be described by these lines by him. Okay. So Zafar आदमी उसको न जानिएगा वो हो कैसा ही Sahab e fahm o zakat. Sahab e fahm o zakat means somebody who is of repute and of wealth. So Zafar आदमी उसको ना जानिएगा जो कैसा भी हो साहिब व फहम o zakat, जिसे ऐश में याद खुदा न रहे, जिसे तैश में खुदा खौफ न रहे. So जिसे ऐश में याद खुदा न रहे means that when somebody is in is having a comfortable life, they do not remember the God. But whenever they are in anger, so Tesh literally translates to anger. So when he's in anger, he does not have the fear of God. And when he is having a comfortable life, he does not pray to God. So basically Zafar Admi Usko Na Janiyega. So is the internet working fine now, Naman?
Yeah, slightly better. Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, okay. I just shifted back to Wi-Fi. So yeah. So this is a direct to Charles. So who is this particular poet? So
I'll guess.
And the idea of Urdu poetry is that people often mention their own name in poetry.
Okay. I'll go with the last Mughal Emperor, Bahadur Shah Zafar, because I don't know, Zafar Admi likha hai, and he was the last Mughal emperor, so he faced a lot of issues. So maybe went kar rahi hai. Okay.
So first, Charles opens his account with 10 points. So those lines were written by Bahadur Shah Zafar, and so basically he is saying that you should be careful of people who do not fear God when they are in anger, or who do not believe in him when they are having a comfortable life. So it's something that applies to his own life in a way, because he has this riches to rags story quite literally. And this is another poem that this is from a dubious source. So it is said that when he was captured at the Humayun tomb, he said these lines to the British Raj, Ghaziyon mein boo rahegi jab tak iman ki, takht London tak chalegi, teg Hindustan ki. So teg in Urdu translates to a sword, and I've also given a translation here for it. So this is from a dubious source. I could not identify the primary source for this story, so I just mentioned it out there. But Charles opens with 10 points, so let's hope we get people opening their accounts pretty soon. Next direct would be to Christian. This is a fairly direct question. There are a bunch of questions, and pitch in and answer the rest of the answers. So Newell's Old Boys is a sports club in Rosario, Argentina. So there is this. There is another Swiss club which is named similarly to what Newell's Old Boys is, and there is another club in Basel. So we have 3 football clubs here. One of them is based in Rosario, Argentina. There is another club which is based in Bern, and there is a third one which is based in Basel. So the one which is based in Rosario, Newell's Old Boys, and the one which is based in Bern are they share a very similar name. Okay. It's supposed to mimic each other's name. So Newell's Old Boys, the Argentine club, has players who have represented Argentina like Gabriel Batiusta, Ever Banega, Gabriel Heinz, Mauricio Pochettino, and one of their very early youth players was Lionel Messi. So you're supposed to identify the name of the Swiss sports club which is based in Bern. So the name is very similar to Newell's Old Boys, but it's not it's not a direct reference to it. So joke answers are allowed to this one because if you joke around with the name of the primary club, you will come up with the correct answer eventually, is my guess. So this is a direct to Krishan. So there are 3 sports clubs. I'm looking for the name of the club which is based in Bern. This is a direct to Christian. So Bern, like they play in the first division of Swiss football, and so this is part of the question. You can also attempt the second part of the question, that ground which is named after a very famous personality. So you're
Okay, dude. I don't know about it, but I'll take a guess. For the second part, my guess would be Maradona.
Maradona was a player at Newell's Old Boys, but they did not name the stadium after him. So that is not the correct answer, but this bounces to Manish.
Pass, man. Pass it.
Pass. Okay. Varun. This is Priyesh now.
The club is BSC Young Boys. That I know. And I don't remember the stadium name.
But I will give you 10 points to this. I'll give you 10 points to it. BSC Young Boys is the correct name of the stadium of the football club. So there was already a Newell's Old Boys, so they decided to start a club by the term Young Boys. So yeah, anybody who wants to take a guess on the stadium?
For the stadium, I know Pope Francis is Argentinian. Is it Pope Francis?
Yeah, it's not Pope Francis though. Like there is a football club named a ground named after him, but this is not Pope Francis. Anybody who's taking a guess, I would just allow you right away.
I want to take a guess. It is named after the manager, one of the maybe iconic managers. I don't know the name. Sorry, I don't follow football. So
you are on a very right track.
Okay, now can I take a guess?
Yeah. Who is taking a guess? Varun, right? Yeah. Yeah, please go ahead.
Thanks, Utsav.
You're welcome.
Please go ahead.
What was your guess?
Yeah.
Oh, did he answer? I just had a connection problem.
Is it named after Bielsa?
Yeah. Estadio Marcelo Bielsa is the stadium. So Naman, 5 points to Priyesh. My pen has stopped working, so I'm just looking for pencil or a pen to mark.
I am noting it down. Sharma, there is some internet
Naman,
issue
are
at
you
your
keeping
end.
the scores?
Your internet, there's a lot of voice break from your end.
Okay. Excellent. I'll just jump back to Wi-Fi, dude. This mobile data keeps on cracking. Is it working fine now?
Yeah.
Hello. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Okay. Is it better now? Is my question. Okay, perfect. So Since this was answered by Priyesh, I would go to Utsav now. So this is a direct to Utsav. Okay, you can come up to this particular answer if you just look at all the hints available to us. So this is the earliest depiction of this particular thing is in literary fiction. So there's this novel by James Joyce called Ulysses, but it was adopted much later. The adoption of this particular thing was very low during the World War II. But once the war began, a nylon variant was developed by this physician. So it is something which is related to medical sciences and is basically made out of nylon. And nylon was found to be better than silk because of greater abrasion resistance and because it could be produced in great lengths and at various sizes. However, this particular thing is also related to an SNL performance by this 14-year-old kid called Russell Horning. He's often commonly referred as the Backpack Kid, and he performed at Saturday Night Live with Katy Perry. So what is this particular thing, or which also has relevance in their SNL performance? So it's something related to medical sciences and physics, basic and material sciences to some extent, is made out of nylon and also finds relevance in performative arts. So what's up this?
So I was going with something like either some material with bandages, gauze, or stockings or something in my head, but I'm quite lost honestly on this one.
Take a guess. I mean, I would say that you are on the right track. Yeah. So something that is made out of nylon and silk would have also done the same job.
Greater abrasion resistance, great lengths, various sizes. Something to do with maybe stuff for tents or something used in the trenches. I'm honestly guessing at this point. I don't really know.
No.
Okay.
No. It's something that will differentiate it. So Utsav, the next direct would be Varun. It moves to Varun now. Varun?
No, sorry. Just a moment.
Yeah. Are you there?
Yeah.
I just have this.
Yeah, I passed.
Okay. Abhishek.
Can you define abrasion?
Abrasion would be something that I think it has greater friction. Abrasion would be something that can resist friction to an extent. I would guess that would be the direct implication here. So something that can be drawn out to greater lengths and can also apply to a term that can also apply to a performative art. And is also a popular meme. I
think I have some idea now.
Yeah,
I should have thought of it earlier, but it's wasted. If no one guesses, I'll just guess for that.
It was a medical.
Yeah. That's yeah. Yeah. Don't think of a heavy medical equipment. Just think of something that has relevance in medical use, or medical use and using it in a very general form. So the nature of the substance is very unique in its own way. So you can guess it the performative art bit is what distinguishes it here. So,
No clue.
take a guess, or I'll. Okay, Ananya. Think of. I mean, I can zero it down to something like it is also like it was a popular wine. It could be an Instagram reel now, like just this performative art. So Ananya, your turn now.
I have no clue, but no, I'll pass.
Okay, Charles.
I'll guess this move called Floss.
Yeah.
Yes. So nylon can be is basically used for flossing, and the dance move is, so that is something that I was looking for. And here is the English off spinner Graham Swan doing the floss at in a reality show apparently. So the next direct would be to Krishan. Okay. So this is again, John Cleese is this in a late night talk show mentioned that when Monty Python were looking to fund Life of Brian, which is an iconic Monty Python movie, Eric Idle had the idea of phoning a friend who was the richest person he knew at that time, like richest person that Eric Idle knew. And so this person is supposed to have remortgaged his mansion to fund the film under a banner called Handmade Films. He later described this experience as the most expensive cinema ticket ever issued. So who is this person? Like, I would also go ahead and say that he makes an appearance in the film in a very small role. So this is a direct to Krishan. So John Cleese mentions this in a late night talk show about Monty Python and the Life of Brian, which is one of their really iconic films. So who was the person involved in funding this film? Krishan?
I don't know it, bro. I'll still take a guess.
Yeah.
Monty Python. Phoning X. Is that is the person English?
Yeah, I would give you that. That's a guess for everyone now. So yeah.
Expensive cinema ticket ever issued. Okay.
So now you have zeroed it down to
England.
a population less than Maharashtra. So rich. No, I'm just saying so England has a population which is lesser than Maharashtra as a state.
Yes.
So yeah. So are you taking a guess?
It's a very loose guess, but I'll take it. He had to remortgage his mansion to the person whom I'm thinking of doesn't own a mansion, so no guess, bro.
Take a guess, or I'll just move ahead now. Manish.
Shot in the dark, Lakshmi Mitchell.
Priyesh.
Because he said he's English.
No, I meant native English.
Oh,
Sorry?
Since you said English, I'm taking a guess. Benedict Cumberbatch.
No, not like Life of Brian is a really old movie.
I am not a
maybe
movie
think
buff.
somewhere around the 70s.
Just because of the nationality, I was taking a guess.
Yeah, that's fine. Priyesh, we move on to Utsav.
I know the Beatles had something to do with this film, so I really into Monty Python, but I don't know which Beatle it is. should not be Ringo Starr. He was unfortunately the least popular of everyone. So
all of them were rich.
Yeah, fair. Okay, George Harrison. I mean, I don't. I'm just making a guess now. I just know it's the Beatles. Something. One of those.
You get 10 points, Utsav.
Thank you.
Yeah. So George Harrison bought this expensive ticket to watch a Monty Python film, and so he basically funded the film, and he makes an appearance in the film, that as you can see on the slide here. So George Harrison is in this particular film called Life of Brian. Has the slide moved, or is it just still on the question?
No, the slide has moved. I can see handmade films.
Okay. So I'm just going to the next question now. This is a direct to Varun now. So Yuksum Breweries is this brewery based out of Sikkim, and they sell 3 million cases of beer every year, and it's like the third largest brand in India. It also owns this thing called the Rhino Breweries, which has an operation in Assam. I'm just looking for somebody who is the promoter of Yuksum Breweries. So Yuksum Breweries, based out of Sikkim. Person is someone, I mean, went out to, I will give you some background on him. Like, this person got into the armed forces, medical college, then decided he didn't want to study medicine and moved out of that particular course. So popular person based in Sikkim, owns this breweries. Utsav knows the answer. He has already mentioned it on chat.
I think Manish also has some sort of an idea about this.
Yeah, Varun, this is your direct.
I could see Manish smile, so I think he knows the answer.
Yeah,
but Utsav is going to take the points away.
No, this is a direct to Varun, so it comes. You will get the chance to.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get it first, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I pass.
Okay, Abhishek.
Are you referring to a person here, or?
Yeah, it's a person. It's a proper, living person.
Last two.
Somebody who's based out of Sikkim. I mean, not a lot of Northeast Indians get limelight unless they are a politician who is about to break free from their existing government. So,
is it Sunil Chhetri?
No, I knew that name would pop up, but it's not Sunil Chhetri. Ananya.
Danny Denzopa.
A very good guess. That is Danny Denzopa. So Danny Denzopa, before starting into films, he went to AFMC for a medicine course and decided to join FTII instead. And he now is involved in a lot of stuff, like owning this brewery. He has a bunch of stud farms which are based out of Sikkim. So a man of multiple facets here. So Ananya gets 10 points for this guess. Okay. Now we have our next question, which will be a direct to Charles. Okay. So Stephen Davis is a former English wicket-keeper who made his debut in 2009. He had a brief stint in the team only to be replaced by Matt Pryor, another English wicket-keeper. Davis is part of a very small group of cricketers, which includes England's Catherine Brunt, Natalie Skyver, New Zealand's Amy Satterthwaite, and Leah Tahapu, South Africa's Dane van Niekerk, and Marzijn Kapp. So who are these? What is this group of cricketers, and how is it relevant in our times today? So I would make it clear that it's not necessarily for cricketing reasons. So do not look for cricket records. So this is a direct to Charles. So there is this English men's cricketer called Stephen Davis, and rest of them are cricketers from their respective women's teams. So Catherine Brunt, Natalie Skyver, Amy Satterthwaite, Leah Tahu.
I guess he has represented England internationally in other sport as well, not just cricket.
No, not that's not what I'm looking for. So Krishan. Yeah. Are you taking a guess?
Give me a few seconds. So, a guy and few women cricketers. Like England's Catherine Brunt, New Zealand's Amy Satterthwaite, Marisa McCann. Do these guys do modeling too? With something to do with
no, Manish. No, that's not the guess I'm looking for.
Was everyone born in South Africa?
No, not really. Priyesh.
So Catherine Brunt and Nat Skyver last year announced their engagement. So I'm guessing teammates who were in love, because all of them are in pairs. You have mentioned them.
No, not really. If you look at Stephen Davis is mentioned as a standalone name.
Yes, that's the only person who's standalone. But like I'm guessing from Catherine Brunt and Nat Skyver that teammates who were in love and are together, something like that.
I would like if you could summarize it in one form. I would.
Teammates who are in
happy
love.
to give it to you.
That's
no, that's not what I'm looking for. Utsav.
They are all openly LGBTQ members, or like identify their sexuality openly.
That is what I'm looking for. That's it. Yeah, so cricketers who are out of the closet, basically. So Stephen Davis is perhaps the only international cricketer, a male cricketer, who fits the bill here. And like Firdaus Moonda of Cricinfo wrote this amazing piece a few months ago in the Crick Monthly, which is a monthly or a weekly magazine by Cricinfo, where she has interviews with these amazing cricketers, and like all of them had this angst in them that they're all waiting for one A-list cricketer to come out, and they feel that it would open doors for a lot of other people. So Utsav gets 10 points on this question. So yeah. Next direct would be to Varun. Okay, Varun. So this particular film is produced by this man called Andrew Wakefield. It was withdrawn from the Tribeca Film Festival after the festival's founder, Robert De Niro, reversed his decision to include it. A critic of the film argued that if the film had been submitted as a science fiction, it would merit attention to the storyline, character development, and dialogue. But as a documentary, it misrepresents science. So what is this film about? Like, this is a film which is produced by this man called Andrew Wakefield, and like had to be withdrawn from the Tribeca Film Festival. So I would give the points to anyone who is remotely close to the answer, because like I'm not exactly looking for the correct funda here. Just the overview of the situation will also help. So Varun.
I don't know, something related to either climate change or vaccinations or something like that.
That is two different things. I would suggest maybe narrow it down a bit.
Film about climate change.
No, I would go to Abhishek now.
No clue.
Take a guess, I would suggest. I mean,
Is it something related to some space odyssey or something?
no, not related to space. Ananya.
I was in two minds, but I think Varun's answer helped. I think it was related to vaccination. I don't remember the name. I think it promoted something anti-vaccine. So I still don't know the name.
Yeah.
Is good enough.
Yeah.
Vax.
Yeah.
That is
So
my thing. Yeah.
yeah. So he basically points out that, like erroneously points out that the MMR vaccine leads to autism. And like the reason why Robert De Niro is relevant here is because Robert De Niro has a child who suffers from autism. So yeah, Ananya gets 10 more points. So yeah. Okay, next direct would be to Charles. We have 3 people on a tie currently. We have Ananya on 20, Charles on 20, Utsav on 20. And like, so nobody is leading the race here. The next direct would be Charles. Okay, this is a very fascinating answer. So, like, if like the question is about this SITE experiment, which is the Satellite Instructional Television Experiment, which was undertaken by NASA and ISRO together in the 1970s. So they basically set up television sets in 2,400 villages all across India, and wanted to display the use of television in terms of educating the people. So 2,400 villages were selected in certain regions of India, and all of them were given a television set. And they were asked to log down their experience and what they learned from it, and create a log sheet out of it. And just one television set was kept in Sri Lanka. So identify the person to whom this one set was given. So like there were a bunch of televisions all across India. They were hooked up to this NASA satellite, and the one program that they started with was Krishi Darshan. And so this experiment was very important in like propagating television as a medium to educate people. So I'm just looking for that one television set in Sri Lanka. What was it doing there, and like who was it given to? So this is a direct to Charles. Before you answer, I would also make it clear: please do not guess politicians. Like it's not given to the Prime Minister or the Chief Minister or nothing of that sort. Charles.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I guess it was given to Prabhakaran, who was the LTT chief.
No, I don't know. I would not comment on it. Moving swiftly, Krishan.
I don't know, bro. And I also wanted to say Prabhakaran.
No, I made it clear that it's not a politician, or I mean, because Prabhakaran in some sense, militia is
a politician.
I would, I mean, militant would be correct a term. Terrorism is, I mean, it is very, I don't use it free. Let's just put it out there. So it is a direct to, like, Christian. Yeah. Take a guess.
So, who would benefit from Krishi Darshan? was he a scientist based out of Sri Lanka?
That's a good track.
Or an agriculture engineer?
I mean, I'm looking for a name. So.
No.
Okay, I'll go to Manish.
To be fair to whoever guessed Prabhakaran, I think so. He's the only Sri Lankan who everyone knows who was alive during that time.
That was my answer.
Tons of Jaisuryas.
If I may ask this, is this person not a Sri Lankan but in Sri Lanka?
That would be a very good track, Utsav.
Cool. Okay, cool.
I pass.
Yeah, Priyesh.
No idea, bro.
Okay, what's up?
Arthur C. Clarke.
Yes, Arthur C. Clarke was the answer that I'm looking for. So Arthur C. Clarke.
You can't give out hints after.
I'm like I've told you earlier. If you have a doubt, I would give it to you, and that was a very vague hint. I mean, come on.
I mean, I'm not. I mean, okay, not getting points for it. It's fair as a point that I got.
It's fine. It's fine.
That, so I'm okay with that.
No, I would like suggest that if you have a question, might as well ask right ahead, right in front, up front, basically. But what I can do now is I can give 5 points to Utsav if that is okay. Charles, is that fine?
No, you give full 10 points, but just make sure that you give all the hints before.
Yeah, I try to, but it's just that whenever there is a doubt that crops up, I try to make it easier for people. So that's just the whole point. But yeah, so I'm giving 5 for now. So Utsav is at 25 points now.
No, you should give 10. I mean, that was a very good.
No, I think it's fair. 5 is fair because I did get an additional piece of information because I was thinking of cricketers who might have been given it type. So I don't know.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I'm giving 5. That makes sense. So
agreed.
So Varun, this is your direct. Identify these two people, like the two people in white. So you're supposed to identify the two people here. Varun, your direct.
Yeah, wait. The guy looks familiar, but I can't place him.
I hope you can identify the person standing behind. Are you taking a guess? Okay.
No.
Okay. We'll go to Abhishek now.
I've seen the guy in white, but I don't know his name.
Okay. Okay. 15 seconds. Okay. Ananya.
Is the guy behind Fidel?
That is, I mean, I can give that information to people if just take a guess. I'm more interested in the people standing in front.
Okay.
Next direct would be Charles.
So that's the French philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre and his then girlfriend Simone de Beauvoir.
Yes, so that's Jean-Paul Sartre and Simone de Beauvoir. And so Jean-Paul Sartre is perhaps amongst the only two people to ever refuse a Nobel Prize. The other person was Lee Duc-Tho, who got a Nobel Prize for resolving the Vietnam conflict along with Henry Kissinger. So Lee Duc-Tho just decided not to take it because he did not agree to the terms that they had put in for the Paris Peace Accord, and like Henry Kissinger, being Henry Kissinger, took up all awards that he could. So the answer that I'm looking for is Jean-Paul Sartre and Simone de Beauvoir. This is during the trip to Cuba. And like Simone de Beauvoir is somebody I would suggest everyone should read. Like some of her essays are extremely illuminating. So like especially if you are looking for feminist literature out there, like that is extremely thought-provoking what Simone de Beauvoir has written. So Charles gets 10 points. So Charles is now on I think 30 points, Naman. No, Naman?
Yeah, Charles is on 30. Utsav is on 25. Ananda is on 20. Then we have
Priyesh 10, Varun 5.
Varun 5.
Okay, so Charles is on. Next direct would be to Krishan. Or are we after 15? We'll be turning the. Yeah, we'll just move in the other order. So, okay, this is 12. So this is Naman. You can sit out if you want to. Times Internet Group has a. Times Internet Group has a short format video app called something. According to a brand post in HT Mint, having emerged as the #1 short video platform in India, the X has shown huge growth in terms of users and user time and like large community of content creators amongst other metrics. So they have grown immensely. In December 2020, which is last month, the app started a 1 billion rupee fund for Indian creators on the platform. So you're supposed to identify which app this is. And yeah, so this is a direct now to Krishan.
So something that rivals TikTok, right? Chingari is owned by Times Group.
I have no idea that there is an app named Chingari, but sure.
No, Times Group does not own anything called Chingari. I can verify that.
Naman, I would suggest as a friend, do not interrupt here because I mean your employers can be really angry because of my opinion, mostly because of what I say. But so
okay,
do not.
Yeah.
So the other
passes to Manish now.
Hey, Shubham.
Yeah.
Take a guess.
Yeah, go ahead, Krishna.
You said Chingari, right?
No. I said Chingari isn't owned by like Times Group.
Okay. I would suggest think in your mind because I mean you may end up giving out the answer eventually. So take a guess and then otherwise go ahead.
Is it something from the MX suite? Because they have a bunch of MX app like MX Player, MX Takatak, something of that. MX Takatak. Is it MX Takatak?
Okay, I would give you that.
Yeah.
So TikTok. I am not going to say anything. So Krishan gets 10 points.
I unfortunately just know this because I work for an InMobi company, Glance, which owns Reposo now. So I unfortunately know way too much about this space than I should be knowing.
I know it because I was watching a lot of IPL and every third IPL ad was about it. And like they have a lot of money to burn. That is, we need sponsors. If Times Group are hearing, we should put in a word. We have him.
Sure.
So Krishan gets 10 points here.
There are a lot of people on this call who can get us brand sponsorships by the way.
Okay, I am open for all. Like I have sold multiple times, so I have no like morality left. So हम कुछ भी बेचेंगे चलेगा. Yeah. So like people were asking what Arthur C. Clarke why Arthur C. Clarke was given a television set? Because he was a supporter of the SITE project. So he was one of the first few people who wrote about satellites as a means to be used for communication. Like a lot of his fictional work and non-fictional work dealt with the subject. So he was given a television set just because of those reasons. Next direct would be to Shetty. Again, a history question. So you can come up to the answer if you just link the things together. So Rahimi is supposed to be this largest Indian vessel trading in the Red Sea. It was seized subsequently by the Portuguese and burnt in 1613. So the whole affair was meant to gain leverage at a time when the Portuguese were threatened by newer companies like the Dutch and the English coming to Indian shores. The move misfired badly, so Jahangir immediately besieged Daman, blocked all Portuguese trade in Surat, sealed their goods, closed and sealed all churches which were open, so this is historically known to have tilted the favors tilted the scales in favor of the English rule in India. So before that, a majority of Mughal trade was with the Portuguese. So who was the owner of this very large vessel? So this is a direct to Manish.
We are looking for a trader from Surat.
I am looking for an owner for this ship. I am not looking for, a trader or somebody who owns the ship. So I think I can make it clear that it is not Jahangir because he is mentioned in the question. So it's not Jahangir but somebody else, and who would be owning this ship. And historically, the arrangement was such that even though the Mughal emperor is supposed to be the emperor of the world, his rule stopped at the coastline of India. The sea was ruled by the Portuguese.
Okay,
the Portuguese. So Manish, 10 seconds, and we jump.
Pass.
Okay, Priyesh.
I'm not remembering the name, but it is mother of Jahangir, as far as I remember. I do not remember the name, but that is my answer, mother of Jahangir.
Akbar had 35 wives, so I would narrow down to one. I would be helpful, but otherwise I jump ship to Utsav.
Something with Z, yeah.
5 seconds.
Zaman, something like that. That's the name, I guess.
Zaman is
Zaman, or I don't remember the name. Something starts with Z. The name starts with Z.
That's not a valid answer, but
Buddy gave it away.
You are giving it away to people.
I am not remembering the name. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. Utsav, your turn. I don't see if I can give you a point.
She was a Hindu queen. I remember this much, but I have no recollection of the name, so I'm going to pass after this.
Why are you narrowing it down for the person in front of you is my question.
I'm sure those
this guy is giving you this. Yeah, Varun. I am looking for a common name. The common name would do as well. I am not looking for the exact birth name or the full Christian name of the person. So, Varun. Pass. Okay. Abhishek.
The only wife I know is Jodha.
Yeah, so she's called Mariam or Zamani or Harka, but she's often erroneously mentioned Jodha. So the name that you're looking for was Maryam Zamani, but Zamani wouldn't have made sense, Priyesh, because see, Maryam is equivalent of Mary. So Maryam Uz Zamani, Uz would be a title, and I think it would translate to the Mary of the world, because Zaman and Zamana, and so Zamani. So I'm that is my translation of it. But the name that I was looking for was Jodha or Harka Bai or like any of those. So I would give Abhishek 10 points. So Tambat opens his account, 10 points. Now the next would be to Ananya. She wanted to pounce on this question, but I don't know. We just can't do pounce. If you want pounce on the next quiz, find someone who has a Zoom account with a professional account. I'll be happy to have it.
Get a sponsor. As simple as
that. Yeah. Okay, let's rush with it. We have an hour to go, and let's try to finish it in as soon as possible. So I'll on the passes, I will be giving slightly less amount of time. So this is a direct to Ananya now. So Atank is this 1995 Indian action crime film. So it's written by and directed by this guy called Dilip Shankar. It stars Juhi Chawla, Rajnikant, Amir Khan, Archana Joglekar, and has a pretty decent star cast. It's the only movie where Amir and Rajnikant have shared screen space. So I'm just looking for the work it is. This movie is particularly based on, or it can be anything. I'm not specifying what exactly the work is. So yeah, this is a direct to Ananya. And after this, we go back to Abhishek. So after the 15th question, we will start moving in reverse. So yeah. Ananya, take a guess.
Is it a movie from South? Because I have something in mind, Godfather type of.
I'm not looking for a movie. Take a guess. Is that what I would say?
I'm guessing Godfather. I think it is based on that.
Yeah, so the movie is a scene by scene, frame by frame copy of The Godfather. So yeah, so the answer is Godfather. And the 15th question will go to Charles, and from 16 we'll go back to Ananya. So Ananya gets 10 more points. Okay, so Charles, so Chorley FC is this football club which competes in the National League North, which is the 6th tier of the English football FA. So the 6th tier of English FA. In a giant killing spree, they recently defeated Derby County in an FA Cup match to advance to the 4th round of the competition. So Chorley FC has this post-match tradition after every win, where they perform a sing-along. I'm just looking for the song that they perform in the sing-along. Charles, this is your direct.
Is there is this completely random, or can we work it out? Either you know it or you don't know it, is it?
I would say it's the latter. It's the latter. I mean, because it's very recent, so it is very likely that you have seen it in the last few days.
So it's either you know it or you don't know it, right?
Yeah, I would assume. That would be the case.
Pass.
Okay. Christian.
Quick guess. Is it We Will Rock You?
No, it's not We Will Rock You. Manish.
I pass.
Okay. Priyesh.
Someone Like You, Adele.
Yeah, that is what I'm looking for. So this is a song called Someone Like You. I don't know if the review will come through. Yeah, I know. Copyright strike आएगा. I know. So I just played it for a 5-second thing. So this is Chorley FC singing "Someone Like You" by Adele after every win. This would give 10 points more to Priyesh. Priyesh, 20 points now.
Right.
Naman?
Priyesh
would be 20 points right now. So yeah. Now we go back to Manish. Question. So Manish, okay. So on the first day of what is happening here? Okay.
Sorry, carry on.
On the first day of the Sydney, on the first day of the Sydney Pink Test, aka the Hanuma Vihari correction test, on 7th Jan 2021, the Aussie cricket team became the first at something which is not directly related to cricket. So this was in line with the decision that came into effect from New Year's Day. What is this historic feat? This is a direct to Manish. So not directly related to cricket, but on New Year's Day, something came into effect, and the Australian cricket team on match day was the first team to be a part of it. So a very iconic test match, but had lesser iconic moments in it too. So this is one of those lesser iconic moments, because nothing can beat 23 runs in 61 balls with a bust hamstring.
Who took the decision? Can I get that?
Sorry?
Who was what body took that decision? Like, was it the cricket board or what was it?
I wouldn't give you that.
Then I pass.
Okay, I can eliminate it for everyone. I will eliminate it for everyone that
it's not the cricket board.
Not
Right?
the cricket board. Yeah.
Pass.
Next direct would be to Krishan. Yeah.
No, bro. No guess.
Okay. Charles.
So this has nothing to do with cricket.
No, not really.
I can on the image I can see there are the wickets are pink. I mean, the first time they used pink wickets, I don't know.
No. Sydney test is supposed to be a pink test because it is supposed to be like they are involved in raising awareness for breast cancer because Glenn McGrath's wife was a victim to it. So since then every Sydney test on New Year's Day, the first test of at Sydney is called the pink test. So that's not what I'm looking for. Ananya.
ठीक है.
Yeah,
No,
maybe it was
I pass.
okay. Yeah, Abhishek.
Is it something to do against racism?
No, not really. I mean, that would be a very vague statement. Varun?
I pass.
I also pass. No idea.
It's okay. Yeah, Priyesh.
Okay.
Huh?
No idea, bro.
Okay.
Can I guess
So
again?
on the sorry. So no, that's fine. You're moving on, right?
Just for no points.
Yeah.
Is it the first time I can see a different flag being raised? Is that the Aborigine flag?
No, but what they did was they changed their national anthem this year So they changed it by one word. So the second verse of the anthem used to be "We are young and free," but now they have changed it to "We are one and free," because the implication that Australia is a young country is in itself moot, because there have been indigenous people living on the island for more than 60,000 years. So the idea that Australia is a young country did not include all the Aboriginal people or the tribal people who have been living on the island for all this year or for all these years. So from 1st of January 2021, Scott Morrison, the Prime Minister, decided, he announced that there will be a change in the national anthem of the country. So since this was a direct to Manish, it will now go to Krishan. The direct will go to Krishan. Manish, this was your direct, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Krishan, next direct is to you. So this is X is an efficient COVID-19 detection kit which is developed by CSIR, the Institute of Genomics and Integrative Biology. It employs cutting-edge CRISPR-Cas9 technology, which earned Emmanuel Charpentier and Jennifer Doudna the Nobel Prize in Chemistry this year, 2019. Earlier, Cas9's cousins, Cas12 and Cas13, were used to develop COVID-19 detection kits, and they are called Detector and Sherlock. So, identify the kit. What is the kit that is made in India called? So, this is a direct to Krishan. Let me just get a charger for a second. So I'll be back.
The research team and CSIR.
Yeah, good. Are you taking a guess? No. What is it? Okay, Charles.
Since the foreign version is called Sherlock, I'll guess the Indian name would be an Indian detective like Feluda.
Your guess is Feluda, is it?
Yes.
So the answer is Feluda. Charles gets 10 points. So Feluda is this detective character who features dominantly in Satyajit Ray films and in Bengali popular literature. So that is Soumitra Chatterjee playing Feluda in one of the two movies that Satyajit Ray directed. So I think this is from Shonar Kela. And Soumitra Chatterjee passed away recently. So the CRISPR-Cas9 detection kit for COVID-19 in India is named after Feluda. So next direct would be to Ananya, since Charles answered this. Okay, so again a very routine question. The Mayday procedure word was conceived as a distress call in the early 1920s by Frederick Stanley Mockford, and he was asked to think of a word which indicates distress and would easily be understood by all pilots across and ground staff in case of an emergency. Since much of the air traffic during that period was between Croydon and Le Bourget Airport in Paris, he proposed the word Mayday, which was phonetically equivalent to the French term which translates to "come and help me." This was incorporated for cross-channel flights in 1923. But I'm looking for what precedes this term. So I'm just looking for something that precedes this particular term. And it seemed not apt for voice communication, so they came up with Mayday instead. So this is our direct to Ananya.
SOS.
So yeah, the answer is SOS, which is also a very popular ABBA song. So before voice communication was a thing, the Morse code equivalent was SOS. So yeah, Ananya. So Ananya gets 10 points based on that particular question. Now the direct would be to Abhishek. So this is a very interesting personality. So M.N. Roy has a very eventful life. Like, I could not summarize it in a paragraph, so I will be giving you hints about it. So this person was part of the Indian freedom struggle initially. He finds himself on a boat to Java to bolster the efforts for Indian independence. Then he somehow makes way to Beijing. Then in Beijing, he realizes that a bunch of English spies are behind him. So he, with some German help, decides to find a space on a ship to San Francisco. But he then takes a detour to Kobe because he wants to. He feels that the English spies have somehow identified him, so he takes a detour to throw them off their path and takes a detour to Kobe. In Kobe, he finds a French-American passport somehow, and then utilizes it to get access to he utilizes the French passport to get on a ship to San Francisco. From San Francisco, he makes way to this, after spending a few months in San Francisco, he manages to get married in San Francisco somehow. Then he moves to Mexico, again bothered by the same spies. In June 1938, years after all this has happened, in Pune, he formed his League of Radical Congressmen. He was disillusioned by bourgeois democracy and communism. So he decided his last years of his life would be spent in formulation of this alternate theory called radical humanism. So I'm just looking for what M.N. Roy established in Mexico. He has had an eventful life, which is basically spending 50 years traveling from one part of the world, running away from spies, setting up things elsewhere, coming back to India, spending time in imprisonment in India. So a bunch of things have happened around him. So I'm looking for something that M.N. Roy established in Mexico. There is another slide where we have his picture. This is the house that he lived in Mexico, and it is now converted into this fancy nightclub. So by these two new age architects. So there's a guy called Emmanuel Picault who has these Netflix documentaries about him, and he has converted this house into a new age club. And I'm just looking for something that M.N. Roy established in Mexico. So this is a direct, I think, to Abhishek. Yes. Also, Abhishek, he spent a lot of time in Palo Alto, quite close to where you are currently, I think.
Yeah, could you go back to the previous slide?
Yeah. Naman, I'm changing the audio inputs, huh? Just a second.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Just a second.
Did he establish a company or something?
I would suggest take a guess. I'm not it's not. It's not a company. I can say that.
No clue.
you can. I think we can jump to someone else.
Should be Varun, I think.
This should be Varun, yes.
I pass on this.
Okay, Varun, the next would be to Utsav.
He founded the communist movement or the Communist Party in Mexico.
Yes, so the Marxist Communist Party, Mexican Communist Party is founded by an Indian guy called Herman Roy.
So Utsav got this right.
So yeah, that is the answer. Utsav gets 10 more points. I hope I'm audible to you guys now. Since I've shifted the audio connection, so I'm not sure if I'm audible correctly.
Yeah.
Sounds fair.
Yeah.
So yeah. So next direct would be to Priyesh, I think. So since Utsav got this one right. So this is a New York Times headline from May 2020 when they noticed that a trend was like after going through a bunch of interviews, they noticed a trend. And so this is something that they, a headline that they came up with, and I've blanked out a major chunk of it. And that is something that I'm looking for here. So the trend was also captured by this parody account and a parody Twitter handle with a similar name, and it puts out these snarky remarks. For example, this is about a Guardian columnist called Owen Jones. So like the tweet is mentioned just about the image. So we can just go through that. So I'm just looking for the term which is blanked out here.
I don't have an idea, bro.
Okay. Next would be to Manish. Manish.
Yeah. Pass.
Okay. So yeah. So the hint here is that they went through a bunch of webinars, interviews, broadcasts to come up with this particular headline. So if that helps. So it's already written on the screen. So
can I go for it again?
Krishan, you're direct. You passed, right?
Yeah.
I would. I mean, okay. You did not take up. I guess I would give you an opportunity.
Is this zooming or something related to video conferencing?
That's not the answer, Krishan.
I think so. Krishan is having a problem.
Sanitizer?
No.
Sanitizer.
Charles. No, it's not a sanitizer.
Is this
I have a feeling Varun knows the answer.
Zoom bookshelf? Like in every meeting, there is a bookshelf behind you. It's the Zoom bookshelf.
So it's called the credibility bookshelf, and so there is a. They eventually noticed that everyone had a bookshelf behind them, and a Twitter handle popped up, which was reviewing everyone's bookshelf based on interviews. So I even found out like do-it-yourself video where this horrible woman gave this idea of just chopping off pages of your book and just keeping the spine of the book and attaching it to a box, and so you have enough space to keep things, but your shelf still looks Zoom worthy. So I was like, why are you chopping off hardcover books that could have been read by someone? So Charles gets 10 points. So he is on 50 points now, Naman.
Correct.
So next direct would be to Ananya again. Okay, so this is a stallion. This is a record of a stallion of prime pedigree and has been a winner of prestigious derbies. The owner of this horse comes from a family of horse breeders and has been recently in news for other reasons. So identify the owners of this horse or like the stallion. So he has won, like these are all these derbies are based in the United Kingdom. So the Sussex Stakes, National Stakes, Military Stakes, all these are venues in the United Kingdom. So I'm just looking for the owner of this particular horse, who is known to other people for very different reasons, and is in news currently. Ananya, you're direct.
Can't remember. I remember having read something, but I can't think of it.
Can you take a guess?
No, can't remember.
Okay. I'll jump to Varun now. Abhishek now. Tambat, your turn. I don't see Abhishek. Is he disconnected?
I'm just guessing maybe the royal family.
No, not the British royal family. Varun?
No, I don't know this.
You're going to regret this. Okay.
Is this Boris Johnson?
Not Boris Johnson. Priyesh.
No idea, bro.
Yeah.
Poonawallahs?
Good guess. So the Poonawallahs started off as a stud farm. So they started off as the stud farm and then diversified into pharmaceuticals and vaccines, etc. Yeah. So Manish gets 10 points.
From Pune to guess this.
I mean, there was Varun who was going to answer it, and he's not just a guy from Pune. He's a biotechnologist with friends who have been to Serum, obviously. So that's Dr. Cyrus Poonawalla, Adar Poonawalla, and Adar Poonawalla's wife, Natasha Poonawalla, in the picture. So, okay. This is a really fun question. This thing is called I think has the slide jumped for you guys?
Yeah, it's jumped. It's on the question 22.
Yeah. So the Gilly box or Scully box is an object which is used in film production. I'm just looking for the purpose of this thing and why is it called that. So I'm just looking for that. This is a direct to Krishan. So what is a Scully bot or a Scully box or a Gilly box used for, and why is it called so?
I know why it is used for, but I don't know why is it called so. It's used.
Wait a second. I can give you part points if you just answer the first part. So I would suggest that you go about it without divulging more information about the other.
Video is off.
I'm just doing something, so I've just shut it off for some time just to start again. Yeah. So just let me know. Take a guess, Krishan.
Okay. So it's used by actresses. So because generally the actresses are shorter than the male actors.
What sacrilege is this?
Sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead. I mean, it can be used by actors too. Tom Cruise is not very tall.
Yes. but in the context, like what I know of it is like actors use it so that both actors have look of the same height, and I don't know why it's called so.
That is right. I will give you 5 points for that. I want the other half of the answer, so it is open for others to answer. So Charles, if you want to take a guess, this will be your turn to answer.
I guess the Gilly and Scully are people who actually used it a lot. I mean, these are named after people who had short height, and they had to often use this so that they came in the same frame.
Not really. I mean, you are on the right track, but it's not. It is not very it's very vague. So I can't give you the answer. I can't give you the points for it. But Ananya, if you want to take a guess, it would jump to you now.
No, again, I knew the purple, but no idea why is it called.
Abhishek.
Pass.
Varun.
Does Gilly have to do with Gillian Anderson because she's short? She used it a lot.
Yeah, I would give you that. So Varun gets 5 more, and yeah, that is what I was looking for. So Gilly stands for Gillian Anderson, and yeah, so Dana Scully is her character in the X-Files, and so David Duchovny is 6'2". She is 5'2", so there is nearly a foot of height difference. So, and the one so generally these boxes are referred to as Apple boxes, but a Gilly box or a Scully box is an apple and a half taller. So that's the reason why it's separately. It is a separate thing in itself. So yeah, Varun gets 5 points, and I think Krishan gets 5 points for his guess. So the next direct would be to Utsav because Varun answered it. Okay, so this is a fun story. KL Rahul was named like so because his father mistook that Sunil Gavaskar's son is Rahul, but in fact Sunil Gavaskar's son is Rohan. And Rohan Gavaskar himself is named after 3 cricketers, which his father liked. So you're supposed to identify the 3 cricketers that Rohan Gavaskar is named after. And maybe for extra points, these are extra points, you can name the one cricket ground where Rohan Gavaskar has scored more first-class runs than his father. This will be a direct to Utsav.
Okay, one of those cricketers was Donald Bradman?
No.
Okay, I'm trying to think of other. One of them was Michael Holding, maybe? Sorry, I'm just guessing at this point.
No.
Okay, I think I'm going to pass then. I really don't know much about cricket. So,
fine. This will next now go to Priyesh.
So, one of the cricketers was Rohan Kanhai. One is Gundappa Vishwanath, I guess. And I don't remember the third name.
Okay.
And the international
you were on 2 fronts.
Sorry?
You were right on 2 names, so I'm now only looking for 1 name.
Yeah. I don't remember the third name. And international ground, I guess Ranchi maybe. Just a guess. That's not the answer. But I will give you 7 points, and there are 3 points for one part which is missing. So now the question will jump to Manish.
So the international ground, I'm guessing, is Eden Gardens because Rohan Gavaskar played for West Bengal.
Yeah, so you get 5 points for that, because that was not part of the first 10 points. So now you can attempt the third name for 3 points.
So Rohan Kanha is done, and the second name was
Gundappa Vishwanath. That's done.
GD Vishwanath. Yeah.
Is this Karsan? Some Karsan, the fast bowler from Mumbai.
No, it's not Karsan Ghavri. Now it will go to Krishan.
Pass, dude.
Okay, Charles.
Pass, no clue.
Okay. Ananya.
No clue whatsoever.
Abhishek.
Pass.
Are we done with everyone? Varun, have you taken a guess?
Pass.
Okay. So the only name that we did not answer here is ML Jaisimha. So yeah. So Rohan Jai Vishwa Gavaskar is his full Christian name.
Yeah.
Rohan Kanhai was the West Indian batsman that Sunil Gavaskar really liked. ML Jaisimha was another childhood heroes of his. Gundappa Vishwanath is a contemporary of Gavaskar and is also Rohan Gavaskar's uncle and Sunil Gavaskar's brother-in-law. In fact, ML Jaisimha is also Satya Nadella's favorite cricketer. So there is an instance where Nadella says that his father put up a poster of Karl Marx in his room. In reaction to it, his mother put up a poster of Goddess Lakshmi in the room. And the only poster that he wanted in his room was of ML Jaisimha. So, yeah. So, and Eden Gardens, because like Shetty said, that it's the only ground where Rohan Gavaskar has scored more because he played domestic cricket for Bengal after playing a fair bit for Mumbai. So, the bulk of it was answered by Manish. So now I can jump to, Krishan. Yeah. So Priyesh gets 7 points for that, and Manish gets 5. Okay. So this is now a direct to Krishan. So the 1832 Bombay riots are said to be the first recorded riots in the history of modern Mumbai. The rioting occurred when the Parsi population of the city was not pleased with a decision taken by the British administrated magistrate of police. Before this, the British and the Parsis were noted to be getting along quite well. By what other name is this event well known as? Like, what is the well-known name for this particular riot? So this will be a direct. Yeah, this is a direct to Krishan.
Those were called Bombay Dog riots, and these were called because the municipality had ordered killing of stray dogs.
Yes,
and Parsis didn't like this.
Yeah, so when you just Google Parsi man with a dog, this is the picture that pops up. So do not blame me for being culturally insensitive. But yeah, so the riots are called the Bombay Dog riots. So in Parsi, the Zoroastrian religion, it is believed that you need a companion to, when you're transitioning from one life to another, you need a companion when you're going to heaven. So, and most often than not, this companion is a dog. And so when you die, it's assumed that a dog is waiting for you just at the door of the heaven. So that is why, that is why the Parsi community was immensely pissed when they decided to cull dogs in Mumbai.
Yeah, and one more thing is that this is also the time when the Parsi community got a lot of importance in Bombay because they were able to go against the colonial power and get their way. So that's
Yeah,
why the
that-
influence in business also started to grow a lot more.
Yeah, because they initially became popular among the British people because they were involved in the trade, the opium trade with China, and you needed muscle men who could throw their weight around. And after that, when the first generation of Parsis grew up, they were sent to England. And when they came back, they were among the very few people who could actually speak English and knew the ordeals of the Raj. So that is why like they grew in importance one like generation after another because of their proximity to the British rulers. So now the direct would be to Charles. We have 5 more questions to go after this. So, okay. So Brian Acton is a tech billionaire who started his career working for companies like Apple, Adobe Systems, Rockwell International before spending 9 years at Yahoo. So he is now known for a service that he co-founded in 2009. In 2017, he was extremely critical of how the service was being run and decided to walk out of it. In the same year, he set up a non-profit foundation of which he is a board member with 15 million US dollars as loan. The foundation also provides the same service as his original venture. So identify this new foundation. So this will be a direct to Charles.
So this is Brian Acton was involved with WhatsApp, and now the security policy has come, which is why he's also responsible for the new app Signal, which basically does.
Correct.
Which is
Yeah. Yeah. So the Signal Foundation is the new foundation that Brian Acton founded. So he and Jan Koum, who is this Ukrainian-American entrepreneur, together started WhatsApp. In 2017, he was not happy with how Facebook was dealing with WhatsApp, and he, in an interview, claimed that Facebook had asked him to lie to the European Union about about Facebook's plan of monetizing WhatsApp and using it for advertisement. And now here we are. So Charles gets it right. 10 more points to him. Now the direct will be to Ananya. So this is an exhaustive list of what? Like Ulysses S. Grant, Grover Cleveland, Herbert Hoover, Lyndon B. Johnson, George H.W. Bush, George W. Bush, Barack Obama. So this is an exhaustive list of something. You're supposed to identify what. It is an exhaustive list. Like there are no additions to this. Ananya, you're direct.
POTUS?
But it is an exhaustive list.
sorry.
So there are 47 POTUSes.
Okay.
Okay. Abhishek, you're direct.
They have been the president of the USA twice.
No, there will still be more names to it. Like I don't know. Ronald Reagan would be a popular name since I think he was elected twice. Same.
I was just guessing. Okay.
There are other people too. Yeah. Well, yours.
One moment.
Yeah. Are you taking a guess?
Yeah, just there's many combinations.
Let's try and we need to have lunch at 1:30. That was my aim of conducting this quiz in the afternoon.
Okay, all of these guys have won the popular vote as well as the presidency.
9. Not what I'm looking for. What's up?
So these are the ones who have called for impeachment of their successors.
they have called for impeachment of their successors, is what you're saying. No, not the name that I'm looking for. Yeah, because I mean the timeline is very vast. So, Priyesh?
Democratic president.
No, HW and George W. both are Republicans, so that would not hold true. Manish?
I pass. Can't think of it.
Okay, Krishan?
Presidents who have written a book.
No. Charles?
Their successors were impeached. And
there have been only 3 presidents who have been actually impeached. Andrew Jackson being one, Bill Clinton being another, and Donald Trump, who was impeached twice, but that does not fit the bill here. So I think we are done with the rounds. I will go to the answer directly. So these are precedents on whom impeachment resolutions have been introduced, but no action was taken because like all of them were dodgy claims. So like if you come to H.W. Bush, George W. Bush, and Ronald Reagan is another name on whom there is a resolution was introduced and it was investigated. So he is not a part of this list. But all those 3 people were their impeachment was introduced. Resolution was introduced by one particular Democrat senator based in Texas. So like these are basically nothing claims for impeachment. So nobody gets points on this, but the answer that I'm looking for is president against whom impeachment resolution was introduced, but it did not pass through. Since nobody answered, it will now go to Abhishek because the previous question was a direct to Ananya. So Hans Zimmer, the famous German film score composer and record producer, has worked on blockbusters like Rain Man, Interstellar, Gladiator. The list goes on. But he has been nominated for the Academy Awards 11 times, but has only won it once. So which film did he win it for? Is the question here. Abhishek.
Yeah, I'm thinking. So like
Utsav is dropping off, I think. Bye, Utsav. So, yeah. You guys have a good chance to win. He was doing well. So, Abhishek, your turn.
Is it Gladiator?
No, it's not one of the names in the list which is mentioned on top. So it's not Gladiator. It will now go to Varun.
Is it Lion King?
Is it?
Lion King?
It is Lion King. So Lion King is the only movie that Hans Zimmer has won an Oscar for. So he won it in 1996, I suppose. So after that, he has been nominated a record. Like it's not because John Williams has obviously been nominated more, but he has been nominated 11 times and has only won it once. Since Varun answered it, Varun gets 10 points. Utsav has unfortunately left the quiz, so we'll be skipping his round, and I now go to Priyesh. So this is so in 1846, the Times of India reported an order from the Bombay garrison that whenever native troops were to be transported by ship, the commissariat department will supply only grain, parched, and something, for their use on the voyage. So this is related to supplies that are given to soldiers while on their way to some other land to fight a war or just move around. In 1878, The paper reported that a troop of sepoys was detained at Cyprus because they wanted this particular thing for their journey back home. So in 2019, a cooperative union demanded a GI tag for this particular thing and for some other things which were in Malwa. Hey, Utsav, you're back, is it?
Yeah, I'm back. So if I miss my term, it's fine.
We have. No, I'm just reading out the question. So we haven't gone to Priyesh yet. So this is your direct now.
Okay.
Okay. So in 2019, a cooperative. You are taking it directly.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is poha. I love poha. Sorry, too much to not know this.
So poha, or like in this particular aspect, the Indori poha was like, this is where they demanded a GI tag, and so and there has been like murmurs that how is like, because it's not native to MP or like one particular state. But GI tags can be dubious in that way. Like, for example, the Calcutta biryani has a separate GI tag. Similarly, with the Rasgulla, which is the Odia Rasgulla, has a separate GI tag. Yeah, so I mean, they will eventually, if they get a GI tag, it would be for the Indori poha, and maybe a Nashik poha or a Puneri poha Kande poha will go and apply for another GI tag. So Utsav gets it right. Coming back, I did not miss any other details in the question. So let's go to Priyesh now. Okay, this is a slightly longer question. So XY exhibited a gift for mathematics. So XY is just one particular name, and like somebody who is known in the field of mathematics and statistics, but was also involved for her role in the Crimean War. Okay, so like there is a very popular statistical tool called the like, I've just kept it as a rose diagram, like it's named after the person. So Y rose diagram. So Y being the last name. So this is a statistical tool which is still used like in popular statistics and visualization tools. But the person here that we are looking for has also done comprehensive study for sanitation in the Indian rural life and was a leading figure of the introduction of public health services in India. In 1858 and 1859, she successfully lobbied for establishment of the Royal Commission for the Royal Commission to look into the Indian situation. She's portrayed in a very popular painting called "The Lady with the Lamp," and it appears on a £10 note. So this is a direct to Priyesh.
Florence Nightingale.
Go ahead.
Florence Nightingale.
Yes. So Florence Nightingale and the eponymous Nightingale rose diagram or the rose chart is named after her. And so, so basically in this is a polar chart where the area of the sector defines the projection that they want to decide. So if the area of the sector is, or the segment is larger, that means the equally large is the notification that they are trying to portray. So Florence Nightingale was the answer that I was looking for. This, I think, will be our last question for the day. This is a direct to Manish. So Manish, this is a filmography of someone with a far more successful TV career. I just want you to identify the blanked out film here. And the lead of the film isn't too pleased with this particular appearance. So just identify the blanked part. So I hope you can see the slide clearly. So
He plays himself in that movie.
Yeah. This is a direct to Manish.
He's playing himself way too many times.
Yeah. And like a career which spans a number of years.
89
that is of any help. Okay, Christian?
Pass.
Pass.
Charles?
This is Donald Trump and Home Alone scene where he shows
Yeah.
the
That's right.
Yeah. So this is Home Alone 2, and Macaulay Culkin, who is the lead of the film, has like many a times agreed that that scene should be edited from the film, and like you can just replace it pretty much anybody. So it is a common meme where people just replace Donald Trump in that scene with literally anybody. So there are pictures of Ryan Gosling or just an invisible person standing there instead of Donald Trump. So yeah, so Charles closes it with 10 more points. Now I think I can do the total. Naman, if you have the scores, we can tally it. We are done.
I'm presenting my screen.
With the quiz. Yeah. Let me do my tally as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me stop. You can present. ठीक है, your points add up well.
I think so. Charles
Is 45 the next highest?
Yeah. 45 is what's up. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where we are. So again, we have Charles winning here with 70 points. Utsav is our runner-up for today at 45 points. Ananya is at 40 points. Priyesh is at 37 points. Krishan is at 25. Varun with 20 points. Manish with 15 points. And Abhishek with 10 points. So Naman will be giving out first prizes only, right?
Yeah. We can do 2 actually, but
No, I think the gap with first is much higher. I think 1 is good enough.
Okay, sure. So I think we will be giving out a first prize, and that's it. So we are done for the day. That was a really fun quiz, and I hope you guys had a good time. And yeah, I hope to see you guys ahead in a bunch of quizzes that we conduct, hopefully sooner than the previous one. So yeah. If anyone wants to plug in something, anyone wants to say something, the floor is yours.
I just want to say great quiz and congrats to Charles. Good job.
Hey, thanks, Tom.
Same here. Thanks, Naman. Thanks, Shubham. It was a really fun quiz.
Yeah, thank you. Third time on a quiz by these guys, and I've always enjoyed it. So yeah, I'll be coming again whenever you guys do it. Yeah, I think Arun was also in the last quiz, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys need to do this more often.
So you know the drill.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. Also, I run a podcast. It's a travel podcast. It's called Postcards from Nowhere. It only takes 5 minutes to sample the podcast.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I would love to do it. It's just that. Yeah.
I'm just going to leave the name in the chat box here. Do give it some time if you like traveling and culture and history in general. So yeah, done with the plug to go.
Yeah. So the drill is that Podcasts from Nowhere gets 1 subscriber from the quiz, and Utsav shows us every time. So we ensure that he gets 1 Instagram follower and like 1 podcast listener every time. So that's
This is extremely poor recruitment. 100 rupees I have to spend to get 1 subscriber. I'll go bankrupt at this rate.
it's still way cheaper than what movie charges.
You have won it too.
So you're
Oh my god.
also thanks to the 3 guys who are there on the YouTube live stream. I don't know more about that. but-
Yeah, one of them is my family.
Okay.
One of them is my friend, I know for sure.
Okay, so one more we have.
We'll
some random ones. But great, so you can ask your friends, family.
So
to
yeah,
join next time.
if anyone wants to plug anything else,
Yeah. Thanks, Shubham, for the quiz. Thanks, Naman, for inviting me. Congrats, Charles.
heck, Naman.
Just like I've not competed in a quiz in a couple of years, and it was fun to do it again. Thanks, guys. So I should I want to break now. I'm hungry. I haven't had anything, so I want to break for brunch.
Guys, anybody else wants to plug anything?
I think I agree with Krishan. I've been quizzing after I think 3 years now. I was on the quiz talk in MH in undergrad, so it was really super fun. And thank you again for the quiz. I think I joined last time as a viewer. I wasn't a part of the quiz, but this time it was really fun. I'll be there the next time.
Hi. और किसी नमन कुछ बेचना है टाइम्स ग्रुप को कुछ बेचना है
See, all of you guys come from brands. You are open to taking money if you are sponsoring it. Some of you must be in marketing, some of you must be in brand alliances.
Ask Times Group to sponsor you, man. No one else will sponsor you. First Times Group will come, then others will pitch in.
That's सही है.
मेरे को ट्वीट्स डिलीट करने पड़ेंगे पर ठीक है
Thanks, Shubham.
Okay, man.
Congrats, guys. Well,
yeah.
Hey, thanks, Shubham. A lovely quiz, man.
Okay.
I'll join you for the next one too.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
Okay, bye guys. Have a good night.
Bye everyone.
क्या चल रहा है तेरा बाबू
Bye.